Welcome back to the Frankie Lee podcast. You know what today is? Today is the day that you lot become cool to be conscious, right? We've got the two boys. These two boys are the breathwork and meditation gurus of the Gold Coast and literally Australia. These boys have created a mass movement across Australia. It's blowing up wherever they go. Rye and Rue, welcome to the fucking podcast, boys. I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. That's why I had to swear. I had to swear on the intro because I'm hyped, boys. Welcome.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, so excited to be here. And,
you better be excited.
Yeah.
It's not often you get to meet a bald legend. Boys, I think the best place for us to fucking start with you two is like, you've both had two completely different paths to come together, to be doing what you're doing, to be on purpose, to be creating this movement, to be doing something that feels so normal to you, like in terms of like, this is what everyone, the reason I wanted to do this podcast is because when I saw you two doing what you're doing, you can see that you two are both living in your full authentic lights, which is kind of how I feel when I do the podcast. And I want everyone to be able to feel that, and what you do helps people get closer to that. So that's why I vibed you boys so hard. Not trying to ride you too hard, but you boys are pretty magical. But anyway, like, so let's just go into Rouge's journey first, because obviously you've come from like pro rugby game, right? 10 kilos heavier than you are now, and if you're watching this on YouTube, this guy Rouge is a big unit, man. He's a big unit. I walked into him, I was like, fuck, this guy's solid, man. But like, pro rugby, to breathwork and meditation, it's a bit of a transformation, mate. Like, break it down for me.
Yeah, bro. It's it couldn't be any polar opposites. And when I first started realizing that rugby wasn't for me, it was a fucking hard transition, because it was just such a different world to what I do now. But growing up in New Zealand, obviously you got the All Blacks, and they're the gods in New Zealand. That's what I wanted to be. That was the mindset. That was what the heart truly wanted. And everything that I did was to become an All Black. Didn't really care about much else. It was to become an All Black. And
what age were you when you decided that, okay, I want to be an All Black then?
Oh, bro, when I was 5 years old. When I first,
literally,
it's religion over in New Zealand. So it was like Ryan's the same. Like,
if you're a boy and you come out, you're gonna be a rugby player in New Zealand.
Yeah,
really.
You got one option.
That's literally it.
Yeah, it's religion.
It's And there's this sort of cultural thing around it as well. Like, if you're not a good rugby player, you know, what are you? And so everyone's wanting to be a really good rugby player. It's really interesting. It's kind of like AFL down in Melbourne, I think.
Yeah, it's like a bit. It's just build it into a bit of a cult. It's kind of like the community. It's like everyone's on that bandwagon trying to beat. That's why obviously the team's so good, isn't it? Like, I remember Lomu back in the day, mate. That guy, what a guy!
Bus.
Like, I'm sure he wasn't much. I know he's bigger. I know he's obviously bigger than me, but I'm sure he wasn't much taller, like in terms of like height. I know he's thicker, but like the way the guy. I remember watching him against England one day, and he just smashed through us like we weren't even there. I was like,
like little kids, eh?
Yeah, not for that. But like, so you go through this journey where you jump on the bus for the rugby, and you're training, you're doing all this. You get to pro level now, right? So you're achieving your dream.
That's like...
So you thought.
So I thought. And I actually was, because it was truly what I desired at that stage. And growing up in New Zealand, then I got a rugby scholarship to head at Bond University. And then I got a rugby contract when I was 21 back in my home country of birth in Scotland. Yeah. The Glasgow Warriors. And I got there and I started training in this professional environment. I thought it was the dream come true. Fuck yeah, I've done it. I'm so excited. Get there, and like something inside, I was just like, fuck, this isn't for me. This is not what I thought it was. And it was a grind, and it turned from being that passion, that love for the game, into like a job that I was like, fuck, didn't enjoy going along and getting up in the morning. And I think there was a lot of different factors going into that, but overall it was like I just lost the love for it, and I couldn't let go of it, because my whole identity was wrapped up in becoming a rugby player. That's who I was. Yeah. And so I couldn't let go of it and just go back and do what I actually wanted to do. which I didn't know what it was at the time.
Yeah, it's hard to feel it out, isn't it? Like you must have experienced the same thing, right? Like you know, feeling out what is it you truly want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I know for me on a personal level, like it's like when I became one of the youngest professional boxing trainers to ever get licensed in my own country, bro, and it's been my dream forever. And then I was one of the youngest to represent a world title level at the time, Jeff Horn, Gary Cochran.
Yeah.
When I stood there, Michael Buffer's there, bruv. I'm stood in the middle of this ring, looking out into the crowd as a professional boxing trainer. This is my fucking dream, bruv. And it was like my ladder was leant against the wrong fucking wall, and it had been for a long time. And it sent me on a profound thing that obviously allowed me to find obviously podcasting. I imagine it was similar to you with what you just experienced and said about rugby, man. Like, and people need to have that epiphany.
It's funny, like often it takes near-death experience or getting really sick, or you know, there's this saying, you know, you get a little poke from the universe. If you don't listen, you get a push, and if you don't listen, you're going to get hit by the bus.
Yeah.
And I waited to get hit by the bus. I was getting injured, and it was giving me the push every now and again, and I wasn't listening to myself. And then finally, I got hit by the bus. I got bacterial meningitis, an infection of the brain. And I was in a coma for 3 days. I lost 20 kilos of weight. I lost my memory for a while. I was in the hospital for a month or so. And that was, now looking back, it's so obvious and clear what was going on in terms of, I guess, a more spiritual way of looking at it.
It's like the awakening of of who you actually need to become to actually make a difference, because it wasn't 100% rugby.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to listen to that unless I got this fucking massive wake-up call. And that's what it took. It took me nearly dying. It took me losing 20 kilos of weight so I can't play rugby. It took me losing my memory. I remember laying in the hospital bed and there was a game of rugby on the TV and I was like, what the fuck are those guys doing? They were in a scrum and I was like, that does not make sense. Why are they all bashing their heads against each other? And from there I was like, fuck, I need to go back to Australia. I know I just love the sunshine. I was really happy there. And so I did. I went home first and got mummied for a bit, and got back to a healthy start.
Found your peace again, like, do you know what I mean? Because it takes a lot out of you going through all that, you know. It's mentally, physically, you're away from your family, and people don't understand. So, like, when I came to Australia, right, boys, it was the same thing, man. It's like, because you took yourself out of one, like, kind of location and kind of thing that you're doing, that's massively polar opposite to the way that Australia is. You imagine, like, we got like the training stuff that I was doing back then, and all this stuff. Like, England, as you know, is not as abundant as here. You come here, you get sun every day. There's beautiful women around. It's like there's gyms. Like, the world's abundant. There's opportunities everywhere you look in terms of like business opportunities, this opportunity, that opportunity. And it's like it's just like your vision's gone from being like this thing where you look straight down the line to like opening your whole fucking perspective up on what you can achieve and what you can do in life. And that's how I felt getting off the plane in this country, bro. Like, that's how much it changed your life. So I can only imagine when you've gone from Scotland, which is fucking cold, miserable, wet, fucking horrendous, bro. Walking out on the pitch. I know,
bro. It was. I think there was so many different factors as well as just the pure rugby. But yeah, all the cold weather, body getting bashed like by these massive dudes at training, and like freezing, and like looking outside and just there's no sunshine like this. It's like grey skies. It's bleak. And there's like ice on the ground. And you're like, fuck, I got to go out there and just bash my body for a couple of hours.
That's some.
So I don't know, like I have so much more respect for these rugby players now. Everyone thinks they got it so easy, and they just go around. They play all these massive big games in these big stadiums, and but no, there's a lot of hard work that goes into it.
There's a lot of hard work, a lot of prepreration, and it's a nasty sport, man. Because it's like getting hit in a few car crashes every time you go out on the pitch. Fuck that. But let's go into Rye's story, because your story is a little bit different, isn't it? And I've obviously had a look into it, but not a full look as I have into Rouge, because obviously I was listening to Ty's podcast and we went more in depth into yours, but I really want to open up this where you've come from and how you've come into this, because obviously you boys coming together was quite a whole journey in itself. So
awesome.
So how did we get here, mate?
How did we get here? I don't know. I opened my eyes and then here I was.
Yeah.
Speaking on your potty.
Yeah.
And that's it's moments of reflection, and it's awesome to be able to reflect back to where this began. And I guess, I've been here for 26 years on Earth, and the journey started from the beginning when I first arrived on the land and breathed that first breath of air in. But I guess for me, the essence of my awakening journey, or my
becoming more mindful and peaceful, and obviously getting into this breathwork stuff. I mean, what kind of led you to unboxing that for you? As in, okay, this is my purpose now. My purpose is to open people's eyes to this, because this can change lives. I mean, when did that become apparent?
Yeah, the beginning and the start of it was, I ended up having a panic attack. And in this day, I didn't know what was going on, didn't know what was happening in my body. I was so unaware of these emotions, these sensations that we feel as human beings, and I was never, I guess, educated around that, in school and whatever. We never get taught how to deal with emotions. And I grew up on a farm, and my stepdad was your classic hypermasculine man. I was always told, you can't show emotions, you're not a bloke, men don't wear bracelets, men don't put hair and gel in their hair, etc. And from that, it created me into a super suppressed human. And looking back, the way I dealt with these things was drinking piss, drugs, sleeping with women. I was just continually running away from my emotions, when really all I wanted to do was fucking ask for some help and cry.
Feel some love in your life. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly that. And that's a big one. I was always seeking love through my stepfather, but never getting it. So I was trying to become him in some way. And all he did was work and bust his balls, because all he is a worker man. So I was doing that. I was actually becoming him in some way. And what that led me to was suppressing my own personality. And
because you were trying to be someone else to fit in with what he wanted, because you were trying to get yourself into his framework so you could feel that love within yourself. Yeah.
Exactly.
I know that feeling, bro. I did it with my mum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Always trying to seek that attention. That's why I got in so much trouble. Because I didn't want to get in trouble.
You wanted attention in some way.
I just wanted my mum to love me, bro.
Exactly.
Or to feel like she loved me. Like, not that she didn't, but I'm just saying, like, at the time when you're a kid, you just don't know, do you? You question that shit.
Yeah. 100%. And I was doing these things in order to seek that validation, or that feeling of being seen or loved. So I can remember doing stupid shit, like hanging off bridges or walking around cliff edges and taking selfies of myself in really dangerous areas. And looking back, that wasn't because I was trying to show off. That was because I wanted people to care for me in some way. I wanted them to go, be careful, because I wasn't getting that from my stepfather, my dad, or my mum in some way. So I was looking for that externally through these other forms of stupidity. And what this led me down the track to was having a suppressed immune system. Looking back, my throat chakra was always blocked. So like on a more spiritual level, I wasn't speaking out, and I kept getting tonsillitis. I was getting tonsillitis at least once a month. Yeah. And to the point where I was hospitalized a few times. My throat was blocking up, closing in. I had to have steroids to bring that inflammation down. And looking back, that was because I wasn't seeking help. I wasn't asking for it. I wasn't speaking my truth. And they ended up taking my tonsils out. But after that still wasn't enough for me to go, all right, I need to change something here. I continued on. And actually, I'm going to bring this up because it's just popped into my mind. But, Love Island Australia.
Yeah. I've had a few people from Love Island Australia on the podcast.
Yeah, right.
Carry on.
So I was on a New Zealand series called Heartbreak Island. But going back to Love Island Australia, I applied to go on there, and I got invited to go on this dry run of Love Island Australia.
There's no such thing as a dry run of Love Island.
Oh yeah, there's not. There's not.
Fucking hell! If I was on Love Island, it wouldn't be a dry run.
It'd be a wet run. It was like, what it was that they wanted to test out the villa before they got all of their cast in.
Yeah,
and
you tested it out, all right? Did you?
Yeah, I did. I tested it out real good, bro. And they run 11 of us through this like mini Love Island series.
Yeah.
And the whole way they advertise this to us is you're going to get paid to come on, test out the villa, and there's a chance of you getting on the show. I was like, sweet, done, sign me up, I'm there. Got there, ended up like hooking up with this chick. She was from Australia. And
got a name her?
Isabel.
Right, Isabel.
So she was on Love Island last year. She got asked to go on there.
Yeah,
we were basically, this is gossip, eh? This is drama. This is gossip, right?
Bro, this is what this is all about. Let's go. This is the journey.
This is the journey. This is it. I've dropped my toe in.
You dropped more than your toe in, you filthy animal.
Bro. So basically we hooked up on the show, and anyway, they called her, and we made this, I guess, decision to see if we can make this work, And I flew back to New Zealand, and then she called me and she's like, yo, Love Island's asked me to go on the show. And I was like, go on the show. Like, you want to build your brand, you want to do this stuff with it, whatever, go on there and do it and play it out, and no one will know until now. And I was like, go on there and do it. And anyway, I went back to NZ. I was at the time super insecure as being. And so while she was on there, I had to observe and witness her in the show, bro. It was the most traumatic thing of my life.
Yeah.
This girl that I was super keen on, hooking up with other blokes.
Yeah.
That Matt dude and, what's his name? I saw
Owen.
Yeah,
He's
Owen.
on my podcast, bro.
Owen. And,
Owen, if you're listening, bruv, you were savage.
But Owen, come on. I was like, oh, this lad looks like a Greek god. He's going to take her.
Yeah.
I was just panicking, bro. I was panicking.
Oh, man.
I was panicking. Anyway, so this dry one, the show went on, and as soon as she got out, I come over to Australia and tried to make this work with Isabel, and I flew backwards and forwards a few times for Christmas and stuff. And the most interesting thing was that I didn't love myself. So I was getting into this relationship, and my body knew that I didn't love myself. So I was refusing and rejecting her love. So she was showing me this love. She was showing me this affection. And for some reason, I couldn't accept it. She was like the girl of my dreams, bro. I was like, this chick's it. She's it.
Next level shit.
I'm in, And this is like, I always had this, when I was super obsessed with social media, I was like, I'm keen to get this girl, be this like perfect fairy tale couple that do amazing things on socials and look really good and this perfect life, blah, 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 the one. And I was like, she's it. And yeah, when I got over here and started to, I guess, trying to absorb some of her love more, I was refusing it and rejecting it. I couldn't get it.
Yeah.
And looking back, it was because my soul, my psyche knew that you didn't love yourself. There's no way you can receive someone else's love. So I sabotaged that relationship. I cheated on her in New Zealand. I got drunk one night, blacked out, woke up next to a girl, and I woke up, bro, and I was like, I've done it. I'm over. It's done. And that was, for me, that was a big moment in time where I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, who the fuck are you? You weren't taught this.
Yeah. This is not how I want to turn up to the world.
This is not how I want to show up at all. And from there, it was a moment of how do I voice this to Isabel? And I was like, no, I can't. I can get away with this. People.
So that's more suppression in your life,
more suppression, right? And it compacted even more. I invited her over, went for a trip around New Zealand. I'd planned this amazing trip, bought this van. She come over, and my body, my mind was like, you can get away with this. You can do this. You can make this work. My body's like, no, fuck no. She was hugging me, and I was like feeling sick, nauseous.
Yeah.
Spent 3 weeks together in New Zealand, and it got to a point where she's like, what's going on here? If you feel something's different. And I just opened up. I said, this is what I've done. I don't know what to do. I started fucking bawling my eyes out, bro, for the first time in years and years. For me, that was a little bit of an opening of that pressure that was in the body. I allowed myself to cry in front of her and be in that more vulnerable state. And she flew home. I was like, look, I'll pay for your flights home. I understand. I fucked up. This is fully on me. This isn't who I am. I don't know where to start or what to do, but this isn't who I am. And she's like, you need help. And I was like, all right, fuck, okay, I need help. But I still didn't ask for help, bro. I still suppressed. I was with friends. I got on the drinks. Went to a festival. I just ran away. My granddad died that same week.
Fucking
It's
hell.
another smash from the universe. It's like, look, I'm going to hit you again. And went to my granddad's funeral, suppressed those emotions, went back to all the lads, and just ran away even more. Got on the drugs, got on the juice. And then it was a week later where it just all hit me at once. I was in a car driving, and my mate was driving at the time, and I felt like the world was just closing in on me. I was getting really tight, really clammy, really sweaty, and I was like looking around and fidgeting a lot. I was like, bro, can you just pull over the vehicle? I just thought, I need to get some fresh air. He pulled over. I was on the deck, on the ground, shaking, cramped. All my hands were cramped, toes were cramped. I didn't know what was going on. I thought I was dying. I thought it was it. My heart was racing out of my chest. Got really hot and flustered, and just started crying. I thought I was going to die. And I was like to my mate, I was like, bro, fuck, I think I'm going to die. And he's like, you're right, you're having a panic attack. I don't know what a panic attack was. So unaware. He just held my hands and just held there with me through that. And
of course you can control a panic attack through the breath, can't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now that I'm aware of that, I could have managed that, navigated that, but at the time I was just out of control with my breath, short, sharp, tight.
Yeah.
Everything was cramped. It was really painful and really uncomfortable. But from that moment, I knew that, fuck, I can't live like this. This is not how humans are.
On the edge of your seat, not knowing whether you're doing the right thing or you're doing the wrong thing, or how do I feel today, or
exactly.
You don't know who you turn up as because you're trying to fucking roll around as this person. You're not really this person.
Yeah, just continuing to lie to myself and denial with how
filling voids,
running away, distractions. And from then on, it was like, fuck, all right, I actually need some help here. And I didn't know where to go. So the first person I called was my mum. I rang mum. I was like, mum. Rang her and I was in tears. I was like, mum, I'm actually not in a really good place and I haven't been for a long time. What do I do? And she's just like, come home. So I got on the first plane out and flew home.
It's good to have that reset though.
Yeah.
I've been down and out in Australia in the early days, and it's like when you know that in them early days, when you know that you're not turned up in your full authentic light, and you just want to not fit in, but you just want to find your people, but you can't find your people because you've got this fucking ego and you're trying to put this ego out into the world. So you can't find your people. So you're building these walls between you and people. And it's like everything came to a head for me, and I ended up back in England for like 3 months with my family and kind of had a reset and a reevaluation. Yeah. And you need it. Yeah. You need it. But I just feel that a lot of men are scared to be emotionally vulnerable because of the fear of judgment from other men and from other women as well. Like, it's quite, I've talked about a lot of deep shit on this podcast. If people listen way back, bro, like relationship with my mum, all this kind of stuff, right, boys? That's some fucking vulnerable shit to come out of my mouth, man. Like, I did a podcast with Ty the other week, right, and about my journey, bro, and I didn't realise when I did that how fucking much shit I had to go and grow through myself. So I can only imagine how you felt, right, going through all that, because you've got to take away that fucking like where you're brought up, rugby. It's all about being alpha male. Same in England. It's like same in Scotland as well. It's like
it's bullshit.
It's just this big dick swinging competition.
Yeah, and it's not the true core masculine. The true core masculine energy is grounded, it's safe, and it is vulnerable. And that vulnerability is strength. We talk about this all the time. Like, the more we can be open and show our true selves and the fuck ups that we've had, the more that we've got nothing to hide, and you're fucking unstoppable.
Fuck yeah, boys! It's why you know, I put myself skipping on fucking Instagram rather than fucking lifting tin, because lifting tin's not me, bro. Like, I lift it because I want to obviously grow and do that stuff. But like, if what I try and tell people is like, go and do what you're meant to be doing and lean into that, not try and lean into what someone else is their jam.
100%. And people are going to judge no matter what you do. Yeah. And that is just, you have to just accept that, because the ones that, and it's actually a really good way to separate who you want to be around and who you don't. Because if you do what you want to do, I remember I voiced, like at the beginning of my journey, I got real vulnerable on an Instagram TV video, if you scroll back through my Instagram, but I did it about 30 times. I recorded this video. I was like, fuck, do I put it up, do I not? And then I just did it, and I was like, if those that are going to judge me are going to judge me, they're the ones that I actually don't want to be around anymore. And the ones that are going to support me along that journey and want to see me grow, I want to see them grow too. And it just allowed, from that day, it allowed me to surround myself with those that I wanted to be around and those that I saw, you know, were going to pull me down and that kind of thing. And what it does is, you being your true self, it just allows you to see that so clearly, and you can surround yourself with those people that you want to be around. Yeah, because you magnetically attract kind of thing. Your energy brings in with it the people that you need to show you what you need to see at that time. Reflections, right? So if a woman comes into your life and then she goes out of your life for whatever reason, but there's something within what that time of her that's triggered in you.
it's not for you I've had to learn this the hard way because I've resented women in the past when I've broken off with women, right? And I've gone on this resentment tour and it's built walls and all this stupid shit that men do, right? But when everyone that comes into your life is to show you something within yourself that you have then got to go and do something with, right? But you can't fucking ignore it. Like I've just had it recently. Like this girl came into my life. There's certain things about this kind of dynamic that triggered me a little bit, and I've gone away and I've worked on a lot of shit 100%. Because of this. But it's beautiful, man, because it's work. It's internal work. Whether I repatriate with this woman or whether I meet another woman and I'm a better man because of it, I'm a better man, right? Because I've done the work. People, if you're listening to this right now and it's hitting your ears at the right time, you got to be willing to do the work on yourself to improve the areas that the people and the triggers in your life are showing you when they're showing you it, right? Which is exactly what you boys have done, which is why you're on this fucking doing what you're doing, man, and impacting people, because you've took what triggered you and turned it into, okay, cool, I'm going to go and fucking face this shit now. Yeah.
How do we manage these things, and how do we dissect all of these turbulent areas in our body, and what was the root cause of these things that are causing these emotions to show themselves in day-to-day living? I can't believe how anxious I was. I didn't know what it was, bro. Yeah. But I was tight in the chest. My frontal lobe had a massive headache, migraine for months on end.
Yeah.
My chest was always really tight. I remember it being just so tight, and I was always trying to stretch it out. I was like, I'm not stretching enough in the gym. But that was just that anxiety. That's the fascia tissue surrounding the organs, keeping it all tight, because it's in that sympathetic state. It's in protective mode all the time. I can't believe how long I lived in that state for, and I had no idea.
I know, because people and how they walk is so closed off dynamically to the world, like communication. It sounds a bit weird, right? But I really do feel energy, and it's like when I walk by people and I just feel like their negativity, like, or they look all positive, but they're negative, but they're just not. Mate, I get a little bit like fuck that, you know what I mean? I'm not going near that, because I try, even when I walk in the gym, brother, I try and bring some light or some entertainment or some banter or something. You know, sometimes people get offended, but I'm just generally trying to bring a little piece of joy to your fucking day, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, just trying to turn up and be like, poof, you know what I mean? Like, there you go. Some people just don't get it.
No,
it's coming from that place of understanding as well. Like, everyone's been on a different journey, and if they're angry and frustrated, most of the time they're the ones that need the most love.
Yeah, 100%.
And they're crying out for it in these different ways.
Yep.
And to just be able to see them for what they truly are, and the way you can do that is by understanding what you truly are at your true core.
Yep.
And that is just love. We're born as these little babies, and we get taught all these things, and we're in these certain environments that create these triggers.
Yeah.
But if we can come back to that essence of what we truly are, and that's love, we can see that in all other people, and we can see beyond the bullshit and the negative energy that they may have in their body. And it just allows that empathy, that compassion for these other humans.
100%, man. It's about being open to do things that you never would have done before. Before this podcast, what did we do? A breathing exercise, right? You took me through this breathing exercise. I'm going to put it on Instagram, right?
Sick.
It's fucking sick, man. Honestly, guys, wait till you watch this. It's sick. You'll probably watch it before you listen to this podcast, but if you listen to the podcast and you haven't seen it, go and have a look. But what I'm saying is, the boys had me in my own lounge, right? These two rugby boys, bigger, thicker set rugby boys than me, like one each side. I'm straddled over two pillows by my fucking wall doing these breathing exercises. Honestly, there's no chance in a month of Sundays that I'd have done that, like, even a year ago. Like, I wouldn't have done it. 6 months ago, I probably wouldn't have done it, because there wasn't enough growth within me at that point in time to be able to do it. But you meet people, this is another thing I want to say, is you meet people at the right time to accentuate your growth for not just the triggers, but for the positives as well. As soon as I saw you boys on Instagram and I listened to a podcast, I'm like, fuck these boys. We got to connect and get them on the podcast, because I reckon that their message and what they do can help so many people. Just from changing their perspectives on a lot of shit. Like, but if you see someone and they are struggling, it's like, walk a moment in their shoes. Try and understand from there how they must feel. You know what I mean? Because we like you
We've
say,
all been
boys,
there.
we've all been there.
We've all been there, and that's the magic part of it. And you can see through the veil, see through that anger or frustration within everybody, and just see them and coming from this place of love, see through it, and just show them the love, be the energy that they can see in themselves and you.
Yeah,
and that's the inspiration they need.
Yeah.
Wow,
100%.
I can be that. I can do that. What's this person doing? Or that's how I actually want to react, but I'm attached to this emotion that's actually not serving me at all. It's something in the past, or it's an anxious feeling. It's something in the future, worrying, or needing to know everything. Right? It's that anxiety. It's so common and present in this day and age with this society and all of these external expectations and what we put in ourselves. It's all just self-inflicted.
It's like we're born free and we're born peaceful. And then we spend our whole childhood building these walls and pre-misconceptions around what we should do, shouldn't do, who we should speak to, who we should interact with, boom, 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 boom. All this stuff, built. So you basically build like imagine like you're the castle growing in like a castle in the middle, and you build just moat around yourself. And it's like every resentment that you see in other people reflects back on you and how you feel internally. Do you know what I mean? It's
100%.
facts.
Yeah.
Straight facts. Straight facts.
And that's the greatest thing with these triggers. It is a perfect guide to where we're still not free. And
yes.
when we can find that.
Fuck yeah, that's good, bro.
That's Peter Crone.
Yeah.
But it's so true. That anything we're triggered by, it's nothing to do with the external environment. It's a reflection of where we're still not free within.
Yes. And then we can. But like I was trying to say, you can then focus on fixing it.
100%. Yeah,
like
exactly.
You can work on it.
Oh, how can I? And a big part of it is just becoming aware of what that is. So often we're triggered and we don't even think about it. No. If we just go, oh shit, I was triggered with that. Why was I triggered with that? And if you go back, there may be a certain circumstance in your past that you something happened that threatened your life, or like a sympathetic response, like your fight or flight response in the body. And it creates a memory in our subconscious mind, and then that is there to protect you. All these triggers are just your body trying to protect itself.
Just trying to cocoon itself from what happened preemptively in the past. Like it might have happened to you when you're 8 or 10 years old, and you're carrying it with you for the rest of your life unless you address it. But rather than thinking of yourself as being triggered by people, maybe you should think of it as like other people are providing you with a beautiful awareness of what you can actually go and fix in your life if you so choose to move and accentuate through this. Like there's a lot of power in just changing the wording on what you use for things and how you talk to yourself as well. Boy, it's like at the end of the day, language is everything, man. Because like a lot of people are self-sabotaging themselves by the way that they talk to themselves.
100%. This is something that's come up a lot for us, and it's we corrected somebody the other day that said, I'm anxious. I'm anxious. I'm really anxious. Now let's rephrase that and say I'm experiencing anxiety. Yeah. Because we all experience these sensations as human beings. It's part of being human. We experience love. We experience excitement. We experience all of them. All the things. It's all part of it.
Everything. You've experienced all of that. People who said have never had anxiety. You just didn't know the name of what you were feeling. Yep. You felt anxiety. I felt fucking anxiety. I didn't know it was anxiety at the time that I felt it, but you can change anxiety into excitement. Mm-hmm. Like you can flip the perspective on that as well, because anxiety is the same as excitement.
So just neurologically, it's the same. It's the same emotion.
It's the same emotion, right? Yeah. We've read enough. We've read enough studies to know that. Mm-hmm. But anxiety puts you in a victim mentality and allows you to say that you've got a problem. Mm-hmm. I have anxiety, so you can prescribe yourself a drug or a prescription to fix that issue. The way that you fix that fucking issue is you fucking lean into the fucking thing that's brought up as part of that issue. Why do I feel that? Okay, well, it's because of this. I went through this and I went through this, and that came up at this point in my life, and fuck me, let's just go over that then.
Yeah. And so much of it comes back to not being authentically ourselves. I love that the sort of theme of your podcast is I want to know what we were saying, who's your audience, and before the podcast, and you're like, no, I just want you to be authentically you. Say whatever comes through. Sometimes we structure the way we say things tailored to an audience.
Give an example on that. give an example for the airbag man.
Yeah, right. So we've just had our vans being kitted out with these like suspension kits.
Yeah.
And obviously these 4Drive men watch the YouTube videos and more your blokey type guys. So we provide a lot more of the science, and we come from more of that sort of
Farming background,
farming blokey sort of talk, rather than we don't touch on this sort of spirituality stuff at all. Just so it allows them to understand. We can still seed in our little teachings and learnings, just in a different way. But come back to the authenticity. That is what it's all about. It's when anxiety comes when you're not being authentic to yourself. It's when you're doing things that are out of alignment with who you really are.
Incongruent, and then at night you have to sit and live with that. So the thing is with this podcast, boys, the reason why I don't script it, the reason why I don't do questions and answers, and the reason why I do it like this is because I believe I was put on this fucking planet with communication skills that allow me to ask the right questions at the right time, and I know they're going to come to me, right? And all I want you boys to do is turn up and be the best version of yourselves on that day. That's it. That's all I can ask for, right? I don't need to say to you, can you word it this way to fit in with an audience? No, the audience, the people that need this and are attracted to this and listen to this and got this far through the podcast will understand what we're trying to drop. And the people that are fucked off 30 minutes ago, they're not meant to be there at that time. But if it comes around from, great. But the people that are meant to hear this are already listening to this right now. So I ain't got to worry about what the fucking audience wants, because this is what the audience wants. The audience wants authenticity, and they want to hear Call to Be Conscious, how they've never fucking heard them before. The pair of you, the journey, and that's what we're here to do.
I love that, eh? And this is how we've done so well with what we're doing. We've just shown up as our authentic selves.
Vulnerability and all.
I can remember standing there in front of a big group of people, and I was like, fuck, what am I going to say? And I just spoke my truth. I was like, fuck, I'm nervous up here, guys. This is the first time I've really done my first big group session. And they felt that in itself, and that's trust. It's building trust. It's building rapport. We're sharing the same emotion in some way.
Yeah.
And that's authenticity. And it's so hard to come by these days. We're trying to be somebody. We're trying to impress somebody. We're trying to validate what we do and why we do it. We don't need to do that when we're just being ourselves. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter flying fuck.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why like authentic conversation, recorded, leveraged so that thousands of people can be impacted by authentic conversation.
And it's funny, like the more I've spoken my truth, the more I realise the words and things, like, yes, they matter, but not as much as you think. It's where it comes from.
It's energy. Hey?
It is the energy that you speak it with. It's that feeling within that it's right for you. Like, we fuck up all the time when we're speaking in front of these big groups, but it's true to us. It's true to us, and people feel that, and that's what they resonate with. They feel that trust, they feel that love, and you've been building some awesome connections and communities with that.
Yeah, and I think this is the perfect, boys. Like, I've wanted the audience to get to know you before we went into this part of the podcast where I want to take it towards like what you're doing in terms of like the physical stuff and everything that you're doing that way. But I just want to thank you for coming this far and just being like at peace and just putting it out exactly how you wanted to put it out. Like, you've obviously talked about something on this podcast today that you never thought you were going to
exactly.
You never thought you were going to talk about that. Now, if you script shit, and you try and do the more you let out into the world that's authentic. I mean, I talked about fucking sex addiction on Ty's podcast, like fucking hell, and that was a bit of an open can of worms for me. But like, the more you talk about this stuff and the more you're open with the world, you really do get so much more fucking back. You really fucking do. And that's what I want to encourage all of you listening to be like these boys. Like, I'm trying to be every day. Try and tell the world a little bit more about you. Try and put out your authentic shit. And watch how the fucking drop these fucking veils that we're all fucking, these egos, all this shit. Let's just fucking, we all go through struggles. We all go through pain. We all have to deal with breakups. We all have to fucking get punched in the face a little bit. It's all fucking learnings, man. It's all learnings. But like, let's pivot onto this. How do we put it right? So you boys teach so much more than this, but the mechanics of what you do, I suppose, is you teach people how to use breath and meditation to connect more with the world. Would that be
with themselves?
With themselves. I love that.
Connect with the world,
so they can connect.
It's a byproduct of connecting with yourself, is reconnecting with the planet and the world, and every single human you come in contact with. This was a huge thing for me when I started to connect with myself. I remember laying under a tree and fucking crying, watching it move. And that was a byproduct of reconnecting with myself. Because as we dissect and as we cultivate all of these limiting things, all this stored emotion in our body, we become more sensitive human beings. And that in turn allows us to notice how we're feeling and how we're showing up in certain areas when we're around certain people. And we can take mental notes and go, oh, that didn't feel very good. Why didn't that feel good? And we can start to respect ourselves. We gain that self-love or self-respect. And that's what I noticed when I started to clear the vessel. I started to become so much more open to receive love, receive energy.
Yeah.
And that's when I was done to, same as you, feeling energy from people. I started feeling it.
But I think even when me and you made a few texts and a few voice notes, I think you could already feel.
Oh, bro, definitely.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you feel that, you feel like a podcast is gonna bang. Something's gonna bang, or something's gonna be right for certain people.
It's a frequency,
bro.
Energy and like Einstein, Nikola Tesla, they talk about this. This world is energy and frequency. And when we become more aware of our own energy and frequency, we can feel it and all these other things as well.
You can start to build it up. You know, the lowest vibration frequency is shame and guilt and anger. Get rid of those. Clear those out. Start coming from this place of love and excitement, and your frequency will raise. And you don't have to do anything. You're changing the world just from being there. Your frequency is vibrating at this level that you can't even comprehend.
And do you know what? So many men out there struggle with this feeling of love because they feel that if they love, so to speak, that they've got to go and find this partner and find all this other stuff, right? Let me tell you what fucking love is, right? Love is finding peace within yourself and knowing who you are as a man. And then when you fucking find that, the woman who's right for you, the women, whatever happens, will be attracted to you as a byproduct of you loving yourself first as a man, right?
100%.
And same for a woman, but I think women are a bit more fucking emotionally connected than men in a lot of respects. A lot of men are struggling out there boxing shit off.
Love that definition.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I don't know how. I mean, I just free flow. I don't know how to put it. That's just that's the best. That's the best I could do.
There's an amazing. I'm not sure if you've read it, The Way of the Superior Man.
Bro, that book changed my fucking life.
Any bloke listening to this, go get that book.
Yeah,
read it or listen to it on Audible. It is, it's a game changer. That's what it's all about. It's about becoming.
I taught Will. I not taught Will Sparks, but I gave Will Sparks that. I showed him through that. It fucking blew his mind, bro. Blew his fucking mind, man.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, man.
When you're ready and you're open to learn, that book is for you.
Yeah. Especially if you're a man out there who wants to understand why his relationships with women are falling down, or why. Do you know? There's a lot more to it, but it's
even for women, it's a great book.
Understanding men and what a true masculine man is. And it's about being on a purpose, about being on a mission. That's what we found. Like, we haven't needed women, and there's no. Back when I was living in Sydney, I was this obsession with hooking up with chicks. But recently, since I've been on this mission since I experienced the breath and what it did for me, expanding my awareness and feeling this love within, it's been this mission. How can I share this with as many human beings as I possibly can?
That's all we need.
Yeah.
And when we're on this mission, you're putting that vibration out into the field, and you're in your true masculine core, and this feminine energy, a true feminine, just is so attracted to that. And
not just the hit it and quit it chicks.
Nah.
They're like the proper beautiful souled women who become more like not attracted is the wrong word, but like more in tune with who you are, because they can see that you're impacting. Because women, I believe, well, I know this from reading that book, but I believe it as well, truly, that women want a man who is on fucking purpose and who knows who he is, right? If he doesn't fucking know that, you ain't no good to her. No. Bro, you're fucked.
And doesn't necessarily need her.
Yes.
But he chooses her.
Yes, she wants to be chosen. Yes. Yes.
Yep. Literally before all of that, and before I was in this frequency state, I remember having sex with women, and we were on the same frequency. We were just using one another's bodies to masturbate. Yeah. That's what we were doing. Yeah. We were both getting off, feeding each other's egos. Yeah. And then waking up going, all right, see you later. Yeah. You're getting that release. You're getting
dopamine
that feeling.
hits.
Dopamine hits. Boom, boom, boom.
Do you know what it is as well? Do you know what it is? If you as a man or a woman, if you you have lots of sexual partners in a short period of time, it's just showing a low self-worth within yourself at that time. So again, it's a subtle trigger, but it's a trigger that allows you to show yourself that you need to develop in that space. There's nothing wrong with having sex with a woman or with multiple women, as long as you know the game that you're playing and the intent behind it. Yeah, fuck yeah, that's such a powerful thing, because me and you have both been through that, right? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, fucking hell, like, seriously, absolutely. Like, I wouldn't wish and do you know what? I wouldn't wish that on anybody, because people, like, women judge men on this, and men that are haters judge other men that are doing it on this as well, because they're probably not getting as much sex as what they should have. But when you're having a bulk amount of sex with a bulk amount of women, people think, you know, men resent you because they want to be you, right? And women think you're a fuckboy, right? The problem with that is you just want to be fucking loved.
At the end of the
You
day,
just want to be fucking loved. Do you honestly think that any man out there in the history, any true authentic men, right, out there, do you honestly think that any of them really, if you break it fucking down, want to go out and fucking do fucking XYZ in a week? Absolutely fucking not.
Just masturbate.
Fuck me. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, people get it twisted. All it says to me is that you want to be loved and you want to be accepted. That's all it says. Yeah. Simple as that. There's nothing else to it.
Thinking back to when I was in that state though, and just constantly looking for the next girl, there wasn't any other awareness. You're operating in your level of consciousness.
Yes.
So when we can allow people to expand their level of consciousness, they go, actually, that behaviour doesn't serve me. That behaviour is not filling me with love. Yeah. So what we're trying to do is allow people to expand their level of consciousness so that they can become these more compassionate, kind and loving human beings in all areas of life. And the way to, like, when I was in that state, or that level of consciousness, I wouldn't have gone along to a breathwork session or a meditation because that's the woo-woo hippie crowd.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to create, is a space that normal people like us, like a year and a half ago, would go to. And they're like, oh, this is kind of a cool thing. And that's what we've started to create. Like, influencers come down, like, it's the cool crowd. It's like normal people. You get the old, you get the young.
Because obviously you've had Chloe go down there, Mitchell go down there. I think it's Millie as well. Is it Millie?
Yeah, there's a bunch of
like Molly or Millie.
Molly,
Molly.
Yeah, awesome.
Like there's a lot of people now that are gravitating towards it, because they've got they can get all the validation they want off Instagram, bro. But that's not enough. That's not even enough. Like, just because you've got a blue tick or a following on Instagram doesn't mean shit. It really doesn't mean fucking shit, man. You might feel good in the day that you get that verification or whatever. You might feel good for that moment. After that, you're like, what the fuck was that about? Don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with having a goal. Yeah. But when you have a purpose beyond the actual verification, beyond the
result.
Yeah, the result. When your purpose is within the actual journey to getting to get better, just to make a fucking improvement every day. When you're on that line, and that is your true purpose, rather than this fucking end goal that everyone thinks there is. There's no fucking end goal.
No. It's a classic. When I get this, I'll be that. Yeah. Once I've got that, I'll be this.
What just came through for me is, if you don't have a goal, you don't have a purpose or mission, try and learn how to expand your level of consciousness. As you do that, it becomes so obvious and clear. What we're doing, like these blue ticks, these a lot of followers, no, it doesn't give you that fulfillment. We see all these things as tools. Yeah. We see all these different platforms as Instagram, the Facebooks, all these things. They're just tools to allow us to spread that message so people can expand their level of consciousness. Yeah. As we can do that, you just become a more kind, compassionate human being, because you understand what you are on a deeper level. Yeah. Meaning you can understand what other people are on that deeper level as well. So you can beyond that surface level shit, and you can see beyond it. You can see that's not who they really are. They've created this avatar, this human who they think they are. That's not what they truly are at their essence.
Yeah, 100%. So I went to see this spiritual woman, right, to go on this spiritual journey myself, right? And do you know what I learned about myself? The fact that all my life I've been judging myself. Judging myself like, criticizing myself, judging myself, giving myself, you know what I mean? And then having to turn up with a fucking ego to bash through the judgment. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's like a lot of people are doing this, pointing back at themselves. Even when you see people and they're communicating, and they're like, when they're saying certain things, they're pointing at themselves, like their chest, like this. Do you know what I mean? And they're saying certain words, and they're basically ingraining these feelings of the words they're speaking into themselves by the actions that they're taking with their physical being in that moment. Fuck, I never fucking knew all this shit. I only learnt this in the last 12 months, boys. Like, this is some powerful shit if people get hold of the information and start to understand their bodies and how they're just the way you stand can make you feel a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like
body language and how they're showing up, and tonality and eye contact, and there's so much to it. And this is something that we're going through during our facilitator program. Level 1 is basically how to become more aware of yourself so you can hold a safe space for others. Yeah, it's a huge part of being a facilitator. Yes, you can know all of the lingo and all the terminology and the science and the fundamentals, but if you can't hold that safe container, then the breath isn't going to take them to the place they need to go.
Yeah. Well, after you boys showed me that breathwork exercise, I'm already sold. Like, I don't know what programs you're selling me or what you're fucking selling me after this, but I'm buying it. All right? I'm just buying it, bruv. You might as well open my wallet and empty my money out. Honestly, if I was to go in a bar, I've just dropped my panties for you. Like, you boys are the panty droppers.
I love that. The big panty will blow them off you.
The Kiwi panty droppers. But like, fuck you know. Oh, wild. Anyway, but back on the thing. Like, let's just break it down. So you boys started off with just like, I think it was you, Rue, just going down the beach on your own doing this stuff.
Yeah, bro.
You just get in a group of, because you. Actually, let's just take it back a further step, right? Because I was listening to a podcast with you boys, and you both spent $8,000 each on doing the qualification to be able to the point where you could take people down the beach and just guide people through, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it was a slightly different thing. I'd done a breathwork facilitation course, but we were interested in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. It's talking about all the language and tonality and kind of hypnosis kind of stuff as well. And we were going to do these two courses, a prac and then a master prac. It was 7 days and 14 days or something like that. Yeah. And we're like, fuck, right, let's do it. We put the money down, put the skin in the game. It was $7,000 each.
Yeah.
Bit of backstory.
Yeah. Give some context. Give me context.
I only had about $9,000 in my account.
Yeah.
I was about to move over to Australia. I was running my little sessions in New Zealand. Yeah. Rue was doing his over here. We're bouncing off each other. And Rue's like, bro, you need to get over here. Like, it's picking up. And I've got this course lined up. Get here. I was like, how much is it? $7,000. I was like, what? I was like, when? He's like, in 15 days. I was like, shit.
And just put more context around that, because I've put my balls on the line with money a fair few times to back myself as well. And I listened to you talk about this previously, but you said at the time that you'd never felt such financial stability as you'd felt with that $9,000 in your bank account before. And that when you spent that $7,000, that kind of gave you that anxiety feeling. Yeah. And that anxiety, I believe, at that particular time was the excitement of what you could fucking go and do for people if you backed yourself, right?
100%.
Yeah.
For me, that's what I got the most out of this, was knowing my worth and investing money in myself and knowing that I was worthy of that. That just transformed and changed the game. Because prior to that, I hadn't been investing in myself hardly at all. Prior to that year, in 2020, I started investing in myself, getting massages, chiropractic work, whatever. But yeah, I was living week to week for a very long time. So investing in myself was very difficult to do. But when I put that $7,000 on the table, the universe was like, look, bro, let's go.
Yeah.
And the business just, as soon as I arrived here, and we're connected, everything just transformed.
Well, you think you got two boys, similar energy, you're obviously attracted to each other in terms of like energy wise, and you bang because of that, like in terms of like it bangs for you. Not bangs physically, but
a lot of people thought that at the beginning. Yeah. Holy shit! We did this hongi thing that in New Zealand, hongi, it's like a traditional greeting, where you put your nose and your forehead together.
Yeah.
We didn't put any context around it at the beginning of our stillness sessions. And I was like, are they gay? You know.
You did.
So it was fucking hilarious. We just played along with it for a while. Yeah.
No, I'm not. Fuck, I love you too.
But you're right though. Because we we went to school together. We went to primary school.
Yeah.
Primary, we call it?
Yeah,
Middle school.
Middle school,
Middle school,
and
yeah.
intermediate.
Yeah, and we
When we were
disconnected
12,
for a very
13.
long time.
You're a
But-
stage beyond me because I didn't even go to school. I'm joking.
But that's it. Like our frequencies realigned and reconnected on this same
Yeah.
obsession to not only learn more about ourselves but about the breath. And that's how we reconnect on social media, and we just bounce off one another for about a whole year throughout our journeys. And then all of a sudden, Rue's like, "I need you here now." And 15 days is go. I was like, "Who's going to come over to where?" And at the time, I was like, I'll come to Aussie. I'm not being held here.
Yeah.
It feels good. But in the same time, as it felt good, my ego was like, don't leave your community here. You got it easy here. Everything's taken off. But it was like this leap into the unknown that I knew that I'd grow from. So I took that leap, and here we are. So,
Yeah, and then so you got here, the energy's banging. That's why you attracted so many people to you in terms of come and bring these group sessions, because you started off with like 4 or 5 people, right?
Yeah, right. It was just like a couple of mates from rugby, and then actually a couple of mates from the training club they used to do.
So you're literally just taking them down to the beach, and working through like an hour of breath work with these people, allowing them to open up their bodies to feel something they've never felt before.
100%.
And it started like with literally 4 or 5 people.
Literally,
So
I've got photos of it. Yeah.
And what you at now, like last count when you were doing these things?
We had a couple of weeks ago, we had 220 people, something like that, down at the beach.
I know, man.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm proud of you boys, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
But
proud
it's
of you.
funny,
what you've done is awesome, but like to get that many people that up that early on the beach doing that is sensational.
We say at the beginning of every session, like, congratulations for being here. You've shown up for you.
Yeah.
Like, it's not for us, no one else. It's for them.
Yeah.
And it's been fucking cold through winter. It's 7 o'clock on a Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, you can't go out drinking or anything like that to show up. But it's a real testament to these people that come down.
There's a lot of inner purpose you build in just driving to the beach at 7 a.m. in the morning on a Sunday.
That's it.
That's switching everything.
It changed that.
Yeah.
That changed.
And there's
your
a
life.
reason that we do it on a Sunday. It's like, if you want to do this, you got to
you're
commit
ready.
to it. If you're ready, you're gonna come. If you're only half in, you might go out the Saturday. Oh no, it's alright. I'll just sleep in.
You're not ready. You can't be in the bedroom ball pool
No.
if you're fucking. That's a nightclub, by the way. You can't be in the bedroom ball pool if at 3 a.m. if you're going to be out there on Sunday. I mean, boys, I can't even survive past 12 o'clock on a Saturday. I'm ready for bed. Like, I'd be totally honest with you.
Welcome to the Grandpa Club.
Yeah. Honestly, like I'm over this. Like, game over. But yeah, like you're getting all these people to turn out for you. And just give me a run. I imagine a lot's changed throughout the development of this thing, because obviously you boys have learned so much more. You've been on this facilitator, you've been on these courses and learned from top people yourself to get to where you are. So give me a bit of for the people that don't know. Like, did it start out an hour session like on the beach and it's gone down to half an hour? Or what's been the involvement in how you practice what you're preaching now?
Like, it started. They were probably an hour 40 minutes, and we'd start. It was such an awkward flow, but what we did was send out Google Forms. Everyone that came would gather the information with the little checkout thing. So it'd be $5. You could bring a friend for free, and we'd get the Instagram handle. Just shoot them a little Google form with some questions. What do you like about the flows? Anything you'd change? And that's what it was all about. And then it went from this hour and 45-minute session with all these chunky bits, and we flipped it around, changed things, and now it's this effortless, like 45-minute flow, high energy, high vibe. That's what it's all about. It's not about going deep and really releasing these emotions. It's about just to bring people down, have a quick breathe, drop them into a little relaxing meditation, and they go, fuck. Life's simple. And you're around, there's all these other high vibing people after they've experienced that, and there's that collective energy that you don't get when you just do this by yourself. And everyone's just vibing like, oh my God, I love this. And they share it with their friends, and that's what brings them down as well.
100%. And doing it with having the community element around what you do. It's why I go to the gym I go to, because it's a good vibe. It's a good community. It's full of high value people, I believe, in life that are trying to do better things, you know, in whatever they're doing, business, personal life, whatever. But that's why I'm attracted to that, because that's I want to be around that success, to breed success within myself, right? To breed all this development, right? You get 210 people at the beach that all want to make a difference on a Sunday morning, all like sitting there meditating, connecting energies.
Awesome thing we do as well is we connect them with someone they haven't met before.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning. And what that does, you'll feel that when we announce this and the people that haven't been there before, they go, oh, what the fuck? I'm meeting someone new. After we prompt the questions, so we start with like a perception question, which is just like, oh, what was the first thing you noticed about this person? Something like this, and then so it just starts to break the walls a wee bit, and we go a little bit deeper, ask something, what was your biggest emotional challenge in the last week? And people actually find it easier to open up to strangers than they do to their friends.
Where do you live?
And then we bring it back up.
What's your address?
How long have you liked bald English guys?
Literally, and this is another big thing: is humour is just as powerful as love.
Bro, like honestly,
just as powerful as love.
Humour has got me in so much trouble. Like, it's got me like all my life. It's got me in trouble because I say the wildest shit at the wildest times. But if you don't do, I feel like
it's intent.
If you don't, there's no nastiness in any of it that I say. Right, the reason. But I just can't help myself. Like in terms of like I can, but I'm like nah, fuck it, because it's me. Like because I'd be holding myself back. I'm like, if you want to fucking say something like, and just have a little bit of banter, it's not always your fault how it's received by them. Sometimes people here can be a little bit uptight on banter. But I tend to find like English and Scottish, English and Kiwis kind of get it, yeah. But fuck, you can offend Australians if you if you go too hard too quick. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just a fact of life, man. Yeah, fact of life. But if you wanna get more to being more towards being you, rather and less away from being this statistical person in society that does this and this and this and ticks boxes for a living, then you have to do that. If you're a jokey person, be a jokey person. You have to express rather than try and impress people, right?
And humour's a universal language. Everyone gets it. Everyone loves it.
Well, not everyone gets it.
Yeah. But when you're laughing,
and when you're laughing at yourself, when
self-humility.
When you laugh at yourself,
is
it's a really empowering thing.
It is empowering.
I love it when I drop a comment on Instagram on someone's like hair salon video. I'm like, I cannot resonate, but this is some fucking good shit. If I had enough follicles, I'd be it myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And it's one of the most powerful things is self-humility, because we all want to do it, but we're afraid of that judgment. Yeah. So we put ourselves on pedestals and we take ourselves way too fucking seriously. But as soon as you let that go and just let yourself authentically flow, you're free. Yeah, people see it. I think that's what people feel the most at our sessions, is these authentic free dudes that can just speak and be themselves. We make jokes, we goof around a little bit, and people feel it, and they're like, "Fuck yeah, I can do that." It gives them that inspiration.
Yeah, let's give people the technicals, some of the technicals on what they can do through this. Like
a practical thing.
Yeah, what can we give to the audience today that's practical that they can implement today? So say that you got audience in England, got audience in America, everywhere, right? But like let's just say they're not local, so they can't come to a thing. Yep. What can we give them in this podcast right now to do that's going to change their life or dramatically impact the way that they turn up to the world?
I've got one straight through. This is one from Ryan, but it is so powerful, and it is. Ask yourself before you do something, if I loved myself, would I do this? If I loved myself, would I hang out with these people? If I loved myself, would I eat this food? Instantly, your higher self will come through. The answer comes through instantly like that.
Fuck, that's some powerful shit, man.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, boys! I got to give you a fist bump for that.
That's a really
powerful shit.
It is, and it's so simple, so simple. When Ryan told me that he did this through his awakening journey, and I started doing it, I was like, fuck it. It's so clear. Like as soon as you ask it, you're like, oh fuck, I already know. And the hard part is
honoring it.
Yeah. To being true to yourself. When you know you're doing something that isn't aligned with you, like it's right. So I'll tell you a story. So, obviously, I've had Will Sparks on the podcast. Mm-hmm. I was buzzing about his concert that he was doing in Brisbane the other weekend. Sparks Mania. He sent me a few tickets. Nice of him to do it. Sent me a few tickets. I was just sending him a message to say, fucking hell, buzzed about your new fucking Sparks Mania thing. Have a great time. He's like, bruv, I'll send you some complimentary tickets. Cool, sweet. Sent me these complimentary tickets. I sat there and he sent me tickets. And I thought, fucking beautiful thing to do, nice thing to do, love that, fantastic. But it's not me, man. Like, I don't want to be at a festival at fucking 12 o'clock at night. Like, with a load of drunk people. I don't even drink. I've never had alcohol in my entire fucking life. Never took a drug and never smoked. I've never done any of that shit. Wow. Never touched it, right? Could you imagine? Like, and I've been to a lot of festivals, but I was always dragged there. I was always there because, I've seen Will play before, like, and it was great. It was fantastic. I've seen him play fucking live. Brilliant. But I just cannot. Like, not that I don't support him, I do support him and I support everything he does, but if I'd gone there and I'd stood through all that and around those people and around that energy, I wouldn't be loving myself, and I would have drained the fucking life out of me. It got to the Saturday when this thing was going off, this Sparks Mania in Brisbane, a couple of Saturdays ago, or last Saturday, and my mate texted me saying, "Hey mate, we're going up, we're leaving for Brisbane at 5 p.m. I said, "Mate, not with me, you know. No fucking chance, I ain't going." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Mate, I'm not going. It's not me. It's not authentically me. I'm not going to fucking turn up. I'm not going." Because I put my foot down, the two lads that were going with me, who I also knew that it wasn't authentically them either, right? They didn't go. Yep. And they thanked me for it. Once we saw it was nice to watch on Instagram and watch people enjoy it and watch people vibe it. And I can understand, and I watched the 3 or 4 minutes of each person's set. DJ Brooklyn has been on the podcast, and Will Sparks who's been on the podcast, and then a few others, and I saw Troy Candy there partying, he's been on the podcast, all good, but not me, bruv. Not me. Okay. Not me at all. And it's like, when you put your foot down and you back yourself like that, I know it sounds fucking stupid, but when you say, I ain't going out to fucking Nobby's Ark because I don't vibe with Nobby's Ark people right now tonight, that's not me. Or I ain't going Burley Pav on a Sunday just to take a picture of the fucking sunset because I've got to plan my Monday morning so that I can win the fucking day. When you can do that, you are halfway fucking complete to where you're going. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? You've just made a bit of progress in your life. Simple as that.
Oh boy. Yeah. It is. And you were those boys' permission for them to be themselves and to honour themselves as well.
Yeah, 100%.
It's fucking huge, bro, when you can do that. Be someone's permission to be funny or to be silly or to be goofy or to make weird noises. When you can be someone's permission to do that, amazing.
There's a play park downstairs, right? And when I came out to get the boys for the podcast, I see Rui stood there like a fucking massive tree because the guy's a unit, right? He stood there looking like a fucking tree in the middle of surface paradise. And I'm like, "Oh, you're right, mate. How you doing?" Give him a hug. And I'm like, "Where's Ryan?" He's fucking on top of the fucking kids' play area with about fucking 3 7-year-olds climbing on the climbing frame. And I'm like, I love this guy already. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, fucking hell, you gotta be fucking free to express yourself, mate. And if you want to fucking climb the fucking tree, climb the tree.
And when do we get told we're not allowed to do that anymore and climb the trees and walk along railings?
Yeah, at what age? Exactly. At what age do you have to get permission to go on the fucking climbing frame?
That's what we find we're doing. We talk about this a lot. We're pretty much just handing out permission slips to people to be
themselves.
Yeah.
We're all chill. We're all kids that want to dance and play and swing and whatever.
Yeah. Did you know what the funny thing is, right? I went back to England. Obviously, it was like a year and a half ago since I've seen my niece and nephew, but I love them to bits, bro. Like, unconditional love. I've never felt unconditional love like I have for Rocco and Amelia. I've never felt unconditional love like it, bro. Like, I see him, my fucking heart fills up. I'm like, fucking hell. Boom, 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 boom. Amelia texted me the other day for the first time. She's like fucking 5 years old. She can text, bro. I'm like, Caroline, you better not have got her a phone. I'm going to lose my shit if you've got her a phone. Like, do you know what I mean? Getting all protective. She's like, no, don't worry. She texts me off your phone. Sweet, cool. She texted me this fucking message, and then I thought to myself, I'd love it when you come home and teach me how to skip. I'm like, fucking hell, you're filling my heart up here, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting proper warm, bruv. Anyway, I remember the time back when we were talking about this thing, right? I remember when I was on the swing, and I was there's these 3 swings that we've had since me and my sister Caroline were kids, right, in the back garden, and Rocco and Amelia have Rocco's only he's only like 2 or 3, so he's in this little chair thing here, and Amelia's on this one here swinging here, and I was just swinging, right. This is middle of summer in the UK. I've never 10
degrees.
No, it was about 18. Anyway, but I've never felt so fucking at peace than going on the swings with my sister's 2 children that she's brought into the world. You know, both just free as a bird, fully authentically themselves, no fucking holds barred, no bullshit. I'm just there on the swing, just swinging along, and they're talking to me about the most random shit. And that's how humans are meant to be. We're not meant to be conditioned to speak about
presence.
Yeah, we're meant to be present, and
whatever comes through, whatever's just there. You watch kids; they're fascinating just to observe.
Fascinating, bro.
And we were so fascinated because that's who we are. That's what we are. And we get so caught up in this analytical mind as it starts developing as we grow, and the thoughts start to take over. But when we can just be present in the here and now, be here now, Ram Dass, be here now. Ryan does this thing, tap ourselves on the wrist.
To make sure you're physically here in the moment.
That's what I used to do. A big part of my journey, beginning, was learning from Ram Dass. He's a big teacher of mine. He was always going on about be here now, and so that's what I'd do. I'd tap myself on the wrist as soon as I found my mind wandering into the future or back into the past. I'd slap myself on the wrist, come back here. I did that for like 6 months, bro, and then it worked. I started doing it naturally and more subconsciously, staying in the present moment.
You know, as I've gone on this more like spiritual path myself, in terms of like to open my pathways up to understanding energy and stuff like that, rather than trying to block it all out. I've even had my place saged. Right, because I know it sounds weird. I've had this whole place fucking saged, right? Because obviously different people might have been here at different times and they drop their energy in here, and who knows what I'm picking up, what frequencies I'm picking up. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And if you've dated a girl before and her energy's left in the apartment, she's left connected to you, even though you might have broken up with her. And then subliminal messages can come through, and limiting beliefs can come through in relation to that. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, there's a whole different fucking ball game that you have to kind of play with on this. If you got to open your mind to it, man.
Exactly, the unseen.
It's fashion. There's a geezer next door, like literally drilling.
What the fuck?
He's literally decided he's tiling the bathroom on the Frankie Lee fucking podcast. You cheeky little bastard! Like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Let's sort him out.
No, it's all right. It's all right. We ain't doing. No. We're carrying on. We're breaking through this. But I want to give we've done the question to ask yourself, which I think is such a powerful question. We've done that, but I when I listened to you boys on Ty's podcast as well, you were talking about a breathing technique where you laid with your feet up on the sofa. I think it was.
Yeah. The reboot.
Can you go over this reboot? Because I think when I listened to this, I thought that reboot would be so powerful for this audience. Because if you got to this point, you need the reboot.
Yeah. You're still needing something.
Yeah.
You're waiting for it. This is it.
Yeah. This is it. This is it. Drop the reboot right now. Let's go.
The reboot is basically 14 days of laying on your back and having your feet on the couch. Simple as that, for 30 minutes a day, the same time. And there's been studies done on this showing that this is way more impactful on a nervous system, resetting our nervous system. So we've got an autonomic nervous system with our fight or flight, which is our sympathetic side of the nervous system, and our rest and digest, which is the parasympathetic side of the nervous system. And so much of this day and age and people in society at the moment are constantly in a little bit of fight or flight with a sympathetic nervous system constantly activated. And what this does is cortisol running through our blood. We're constantly on edge a little bit, and it suppresses our immune system, and our whole body doesn't function properly because
we don't digest or absorb the nutrients.
We're not able to recover. And basically what this does is it resets that nervous system, brings you back to ground level zero, and then you can put into these practices to stay in balance. So basically you're lying on your back, and you're not having your legs like an L shape straight up the wall. We're having the top part of our leg, our thigh and our hamstrings, just up on the edge of the couch, and then the feet and the calves just resting on the couch. Yeah. And this has been all these studies have shown that it's been far more impactful than massage and the cryotherapy, the acupuncture, all these things.
Because you're just letting your body find peace, right?
That's it. What you're doing, we're sending body signals from our body to our brain that we're in a safe environment. It's okay to rest and heal.
Yeah, because you're saying have your arms out wide.
Belly breathing, want to be breathing deep into our belly. That's more signals from our body to our brain, because when we breathe into our belly, it's telling our brain that we're in a safe environment as well, rather than the chest, which is ready to fight or flight, ready to run.
When we're in that sympathetic state, we get 10% more blood sent to our quads and to our biceps, so we're ready to run. So when we can put them up like that in this angle, it actually allows the blood to fall out of the quads and back into the belly to help that digestive system. It also comes into the brain, that excess blood that's in the quads, and it nourishes and cleanses the brain while it's there as well. So you feel this when you're laying in this position after 30 minutes or so. You might even get a little bit lightheaded or a bit funny, but this is all normal sensations. But the biggest part of it is switching on that parasympathetic side of the nervous system. We've ran our facilitators through this, and
it's just been
far
insane
out,
what they've been saying. It's been happening. And
so what's the? Just give me a breakdown for the audience why it's at the same time every day and why that's so important.
Is sending signals to the brain again.
Right,
At this time of the day, you're safe. Yep. You're okay to just rest and just be.
And is this something that you should do before bed?
Yeah, we recommend doing it before bed, but any time of the day, as long as it's the same time.
You're still going to reset that.
Yeah. And it's 14 days.
14 days, 30 minutes a day, and your nervous system
full
reset.
Fucking hell.
When
I heard it the first time, I thought fucking powerful. But actually hearing you boys articulate it in person is so much fucking better.
Yeah.
But like you were saying that, break down some of these results that your facilitators have had by learning this, because I want the audience to kind of see the changes, to hear some of the changes in people.
We've had a few, but one of the main ones was the beginning to dream again. Beginning to drop into that deep sleep and dream again.
Yes.
That was a big one. Another one was when the coronavirus lockdown was announced in Sydney, we had a few of the facilitators send through messages like, I hardly reacted this time. My body didn't react when this was announced. Usually I would have been like full panic stations in a sympathetic state, but the body was so calm. And same thing in day-to-day occurrences or experiences, they're noticing their body just, meh. Yeah, I'm fucking all good.
One of the ladies on a physical level as well, saying that her thighs have got a lot slimmer.
Deflated.
Because she obviously was in that sympathetic state and all the blood's coming to the thighs and it's draining away. So the physical as well as obviously the psychological.
So and you're talking about the cleaning of the brain.
Yeah, so the excess blood will just come through and roll into the brain. So obviously we're standing up all day.
Yeah. So the blood's draining,
pumping up.
So the blood's having a fight to get to the brain, to oxygenate it. Yeah.
But when we're in this position and all the excess blood's coming out of the quads, 10% is a lot.
That's a litre, isn't it? That's a litre of blood.
It's coming out. It's coming into the belly. It's cycling through that, allowing the body to really digest and work, break down those foods, process.
So this fixes things like leaky guts and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, it's good for your immune system. If you're in if you're in a sympathetic state, that's inflammation. It's causing all sorts of issues.
The body can heal anything. I don't know if you've heard a guy called Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Fucking love the guy.
Oh my god!
So I got his book there on the table.
I hooked up with him once.
I hooked myself up with his book, breaking the pattern of being yourself. Like I've got like 2 chapters in, and at the time I was reading it, I thought, fuck, this is too much for me to deal with right now. So I had to stop and process that before, and I haven't continued yet. But it's on my table. Yeah. You saw it when you walked in.
All of his books are just amazing. And the great thing about him is he is the modern scientist. He's a neuroscientist with a team of scientists working with him, and he talks about this quantum physics, spirituality, how the body's reacting when we're in these meditative states.
Yeah.
And what he explains is the body is capable of healing fucking anything.
Yes.
The body is like a super pharmacy.
Yes.
And there's this thing called the placebo effect. Everyone's heard of the placebo effect. And what he's saying is like, why do we discount that? The body is healing itself with a fake pill. It's creating these chemicals within itself.
To fix an inherent issue that you've got.
Exactly. Yeah, and so it's all within the body to heal whatever condition 100%. That we have, as long as we can put the body in the situation, in the environment for it to heal. And that's what this position can do. It is just the most relaxing position you can put the body in. And if you can put some, like a darkness over your eyes and full-blown headphones with some meditation music, even better.
Meditations in.
Yeah, we've got some. We actually do this with we've got an online portal we've just opened.
Yeah, and I'm going to put all links to all this stuff in the bio of the podcast.
Yeah, but with those meditations, we get them to go in this position because of that extra benefit they're going to be getting.
And no one else is doing this on the planet.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking man, honestly, like it does blow my mind because like you can achieve so much by just changing your physicality of one part of the day. And if people do this before if say people go to bed at like 10 and they did it at like 9, right, and then journaled afterwards, I reckon, because I'd do the journal thing, write down, try and plan my day the day before. I reckon you'd have so much more clear and concise things, and then you could ask yourself the question, okay, what are the 3 things tomorrow, or what's the one thing tomorrow that if I got that done, everything else just fucks off. Like, do you know what I mean? And then really start to get clear on that, and then you start to smash your productivity the next day because you've got and then you put together as like a form of habits with it.
This alongside our Cool to Be Conscious daily practice the following morning to start your day is a fucking combo that will change your life forever.
Run me through
That's what we just did.
So
that one. But people haven't seen that, so like just walk them through it on the podcast as well, just in case they haven't checked it out on Instagram.
Yeah.
So what we're doing here is we're actually switching on the sympathetic side of the nervous system with these mouth breaths. So we're inducing a stress state in the morning. This is going to energize you. It's going to wake you up. So 33 powerful inhales through the mouth and out of the mouth.
Yeah. Why 33, actually? I never asked you that before.
It's just a magic number. Basically, we've done a lot of testing and a lot of trying with certain numbers and formations of the breath. Then we went 20, wasn't enough. 30 was pretty good. 40 was a little bit too much energy. 33 felt good. So 33 mouth breaths. Then after this 33rd mouth breath, we're going to pause and hold at the top of the breath and hold for 30 seconds. And we've blown off all the CO2, well, most of the CO2, slightly elevated the oxygen level. So from here, we can hold our breath for a long time. If you want to hold for a minute to 3 minutes, you can do that.
I couldn't actually believe how easy it was for me to hold my breath. Because I was worried about that when we started it.
Yeah, you're like 30 seconds?
I'm like, 30 seconds sounds like... Because I know how long 30 seconds when you're sparring someone is a long time, right? People don't realise that.
Yeah.
So I think 30 seconds, that's a fucking long time to hold your breath for. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was amazing to me that when you said, now you can breathe out, I was like, oh, really?
Well, that's the thing. Like, you can play with it and you can go as long as you feel comfortable with in your own time. When we're guiding people, we just do 30 seconds as like a baseline.
Yeah. And if you want to watch this, guys, it's on my Instagram at Frankie Lee. Go and watch the video that I did with the Cool to Be Conscious boys. It's me. You can't miss it. It's me straddled over 2 fucking pillows in my lounge, surrounded. Looks like I'm about to go into a South African prison, right?
So we've used this modern science as well with this technique, this tool, this practice. Because what we're doing here is we're blowing off the CO2, slightly elevating the oxygen levels. Yeah. What this is going to do is slow down the brain frequency, our brainwave state, coming from a high beta to a low beta / alpha frequency, which is in more coherence with our heart. So we're switching off the analytical mind. So from here, we're in a very calm state. So we're pausing in time for a moment, 30 seconds to 40 seconds. Yeah. Then what we're doing after that hold is we're coming into 3 nasal breaths. And with the nasal breaths, we're releasing a gas called nitric oxide, which is in charge of so many biological functions in the body. So we're bringing in that nitrogen oxide, which is allowing the oxygen molecule to stick to the hemoglobin, which is going to transport around the body more efficiently, and we're going to get this feeling of just warm, calm roll over the body. So we breathe in through the nose for 4 seconds, prolonging it for 8 seconds. This is going to slow the heart rate down, because as we breathe in, the heart rate speeds up. As we breathe out, it slows down. So if we can breathe out for longer than we're breathing in, the heart's naturally going to slow down. So we're going to slow the heart rate right down after 3 breaths. And from here, we can just sit in stillness. We're in a meditative state. So from here, just sitting, visualizing your day, visualizing yourself showing up.
It becomes a whole lot easier. Bro,
a whole lot easier.
I could not believe how peaceful I was. I've never felt that peaceful in my entire fucking life. Wow. Because... he's pissed for me. Yeah. He's pissed for me.
I gotta get it.
Yeah. But like, no, honestly, I've never felt so fucking peaceful in my entire life, because you can tell by my energy, like I'm fucking hard. I'm always on, boys. Like I feel like I'm always on. I think to myself, often I'd think, I'd love to be able to just turn off.
You remind me of Gary V. You know Gary V?
Yeah.
Just energy. It's good energy though. It's not like a fucking like a negative energy. It's just good vibing energy.
Yeah, boys, I'm just like, fuck. I woke up at 3:30 this morning because I was that hyped to do this podcast with you. I'm not even shitting you. I could not sleep. I was like, fucking, let's go. I went down to JB Hi-Fi, bought a full new camera set up to do it. Anyway, that thing failed halfway through the podcast. But anyway, but we still got the main video. But like, do you know what I mean? Like, I fucking, when you just love what you do, makes a fucking huge difference. But I'm telling you now, that breathing exercise, game changer, man. Game changer. Because once you got that clarity, I never thought... See, meditating to me, and this might sound a bit weird, meditating to me was, you know, like that hour I spend shadow boxing, doing bag work, that's what I kind of felt as meditation. The walk, my walk that I do daily is what I felt as my meditation. When I've previously tried to sit still, fuck me, that's not ended well, bro. I end up thinking about ex-girlfriends, fucking England, fucking, you know, something boxing related, something else that I feel like I've missed out on in life. You know what I mean? This
is exactly why we got into breathwork. Yep. We started with the fucking mudras with the fingers, crossing the legs, sitting there. And I remember sitting next to the pool down in Sydney before a rugby game, and all my mates coming down like, what the fuck are you doing, videoing me, laughing at me. And I was like, oh, actually, yeah, what the fuck am I doing? But the reason I did it was I listened to a lot of podcasts. It's a reason why we were wanting to jump onto all these podcasts now, because it's such a powerful tool to rewire the subconscious mind, constantly listening to this good information coming in. But anyway, all these amazing thought leaders, these people doing amazing things in the world, talked about having some kind of mindfulness or meditation practice. And I'm like, fuck, I need to do this.
And I think mindfulness resonates with me as a word way more than meditation.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, tried doing the meditation, didn't fucking work. Noisy brain, kept going. I was like, wow, this is a waste of time. Then came across a guy called Wim Hof.
Yeah, Wim Hof is a fucking what a unit.
And he resonated with me because he'd climbed Mount Everest in his shorts, swum under these 50 meters in the Antarctic, done all this crazy cool stuff, and I was like, wow, this dude's awesome. And he talked about this breathwork practice, so I gave it a go, and I felt the shift, like what you were experiencing. His breathwork takes a lot more energy, that's why we've created that minimal effective dose. But I had this shift in my body. I'm like, wow, this is cool. And I finally had that calm in the mind, the peace, and I was like, holy shit, I could meditate after this.
Yeah, I felt like I could have meditated after that as well. Yeah. Like, no shit, and I've never felt like that before. Never in
You didn't want to come out. I was like, Frankie, mate, we'll do this podcast. We're in all day, mate. Let's go.
I was like, fuck. You know what I mean? Yeah. Honestly, I felt like I just got a date with Holly Valance. That's how happy I was.
Literally, no time, no space. It's the 1-2 combo. The breath, then dropping into the meditation. You're in that altered brainwave frequency. That's why we've dived into all the science now. We can articulate these things so people understand what's going on. You're coming from the analytical mind before, and that was just slowed down the brainwave state. It's milking and massaging the brain to slow it down, bringing the blood out of the front of it.
Do you know? I love this podcast already because we've gone into your full journeys. We've opened up. We've had some banter. We've had the science in there. You guys have got 2 practical fucking tips, 2 big things that you can implement in your life now, and if you implement them, you're gonna have change. I'm not telling you this. I felt something changed within me when I did that breathwork. I've only done it fucking once. Like, imagine if I did it every day.
Exactly.
Fuck, my hair might come back. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't want my hair back, by the way. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some behind all the banter. There's a bit of banter in this podcast. Behind all that, there's a serious message in what we're saying, and what's just so you're fucking abundantly clear what we're trying to put down here. We're saying that mindfulness, presence with your breath, and understand being and feeling actually who you are and feeling present is what we're trying to put across here. Now, the reason why this is so powerful on this podcast is because this relates to business, life, personal 100%. Development. Everything that you do it represents that. It just owns that.
Everything.
That is it. All the people come down to our stillness sessions, most of them are like entrepreneurs, people doing awesome shit, like athletes. It's not just your typical hippie.
Everyone needs it. Everyone needs to find that inner sanctuary within themselves, and it is within you. It is within you, but it's without a shadow of a doubt. And so many people are walking around not realising that everything you need is within you, and it all starts with becoming present and true with who you actually fucking are. That's it.
Boom.
That's the
Mic
game.
drop.
Boom. But on that, right, I just want to ask you boys, right, so say this was the last day of your life. Lucky fuckers. Lucky fuckers, you spent it with me, let me tell you. All right? Straight up. There's a lot of women listening to this podcast that are jealous of you right now. I'm only joking.
He's not.
I am fucking joking. I'm just bantering. I'm fucking bantering. Relax. Just fucking shut the front door. Anyway, it's the last day of your lives. You can't leave nothing physical. You just got to leave a piece of fucking solemn wisdom on the planet. And we're going to go with Rye first, right? What would you, if you had to drop one thing, what would the one thing be?
It would be to love everyone and tell the truth. Tell the truth always, no matter how hard, no matter how difficult that may be. Always tell the truth. If you're honest with yourself, you're free.
Yeah, I love that, because then you can be at that peaceful stage. I love that. And Rue?
Be you. Be you. Be you as true as you can be. Yeah, it's
just so simple.
So simple. Be you. Love, because when we are us, I don't know. I went a bit deep there. I was just closing my eyes and just letting it flow, and then I was like, how do I put this into words? It's when we figure out the essence of who we are, our entire life changes. The reason that we do the breath and meditations is it allows us to start to experience that in a physical level.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that, and that's why I didn't even jump in between the pauses, bro, because I want people to understand the thought that goes into these statements when you put these statements out into the world. There's like, behind all the banter of this podcast, behind my jokes, behind my cut-ins and all this and the other, the reason I do this podcast and the reason why I get people like you on this podcast is because I believe that this creates positive change in the people who listen this far as life. Simple as that. Simple as that. There's no monetary fucking gain. You know, it's just all about, if you fucking put into practice some of the practical tips and advice that people like Rue and Ryan give you on these podcasts, I guarantee you, you will fucking level up. You will fucking level up your life in every aspect. Simple as that. And you just got to fucking do the work. You got to be willing to turn up and do the work. Doing the work is, instead of driving to the gym, listening to fucking Beyonce or fucking the Pussycat Dolls or some other fucking shit, like, just, why don't you put on a podcast that educates your mind?
Yeah.
Why don't you listen to half an hour of this? You don't have to listen to it in one sitting. Do you know what I mean? Turn your fucking car into a university so you can actually educate yourself.
100%.
Educate yourself whilst you're driving somewhere. If you're driving from here to Brisbane, or if you're in London right now and you're driving from London to Cambridge, fucking use the time to fill your mind with shit that's going to move the needle in your life, and stop fucking around. And that's from me to you. Like, seriously, I'm being fucking serious when I say that to you. Stop fucking around with bullshit, man. Stop entertaining people in your life that wouldn't fucking entertain you. You know what I mean? Be fucking present. Be fucking in the moment. And fucking understand that you've only got a limited amount of time on this fucking planet, and you got to make a dent, man. It's your fucking job to make a dent. And that's from me to you, anyway. I got a bit deep into that, but I was fucking hyped. But anyway, boys, drop your Instagram so people can follow you. I know cool to be cool with the number 2 to be conscious.
Yep.
is the main Instagram. Drop your personal Instagrams on there. I'm going to link these all up in the description anyway, so people can't fuck it up, because people are people, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? We all fuck shit up. But,
cool to be conscious. The business one. Then I'm RU_Mackenzie, Rue Mackenzie.
Yeah.
And I'm Ryan Hubbards.
Yeah.
Ryan Hubbards. Chair.
Fuck yeah. And boys, powerful shit, bruv. Powerful. Boys, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, brother.
Stay blessed, stay good, and stay off Tinder.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Frankie Lee Podcast.